Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Kill Team Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Casa de Neil, where I'm about to fight a kill team battle between my Eldar and Neil's demons. So the story that we've got going on here is that this was had been a long forgotten Crone world for the Eldar. And had been run, the orcs had been living here for a while. And the Eldar, as much as they weren't fans of the greenskins controlling this planet, they weren't doing anything to upset the skeins of fate by holding it. And they were not able to control it for a while there. But the Eldar soon discovered that that there was a demonic incursion that occurred on this planet, and the demons were able to wipe out the greenskin presence from here. But the Eldar did not want this planet falling into demonic control, so they sent out a force to go try to cut them off from here and go collect some of the stones from this planet to try to bring it back under their control. So we are going to be playing. The mission for this is going to be Master the Terminals, which is from the basic rule book for Kill Team here, Kill Team 2020. Kill Team 21. And essentially what it is there are 4 objectives on the table here. When we set up our deployment, we took turns numbering these objectives 1 through 4. During the turning point that number is around, that objective is going to be offline. So for instance, we have got 1 here flipped upside down because on turning point 1, that objective will be offline. If you have an operative within range of the objective, you can perform an action, which basically means you retrieve the data there. When you do so, that objective is secured and gains you a point, but you can only do it to objectives that are online. So for each of these different turns, they're going to be taking turns going offline. And that's how it's going to work out that way. That is the mission. We also have our 3 hidden secondary objectives right now that will be revealed when they need to be revealed at turning points or when things happen and ask them to be revealed. But that is the story. That is the mission. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the 2 kill teams are going to be fighting it out. So for the Eldar, I'll be running 2 fire teams, 1 Dire Avenger fire team, and 1 Ranger fire team. And for the demons, he'll be running a fire team of pink horrors and a fire team of blue horrors. All right, those are the kill teams going over deployment here for the Eldar. I've got a Dire Avenger here, a Ranger, my Dire Avenger Exarch, who's my leader, over on this side. We've got a Ranger up on top there, Ranger down below, another Dire Avenger. We've got another Ranger and another Dire Avenger over on this side. Going over deployment for the demons here, we've got 2 blue horrors, a pink horror on this side. We've got 2 more blue horrors. Down under here we have, what is he called? Iridescent over here, which is going to be his leader. We have a horn, what is it called? The horn blower or something like that? Demon of Chaos. Yeah, the Demon of Chaos over here with the horn. A pink horror with a horn. We've got a pink horror with a banner over here, or an icon. We've got 2 more pink horrors and 4 more blue horrors over on this side. So that's going to be deployment. We are now going to be doing the scouting phase of this turning point, which or the beginning of the game, the scouting phase here. Essentially what happens is we have 3 options that we can choose, 1, 2, or 3. 1 is to fortify, which allows you to place another barricade on the table here. 2 is infiltrate, which will allow you to change one of the engagement tokens that you've given one of your operatives during that first turning point. And recon, which will allow you to have a free dash at the beginning of the game before everything starts up here to allow you to move there. What each of these will do will then determine who will have the initiative on the first turning point with a basic rock, paper, scissors system. So 1 beats 2, 2 beats 3, 3 beats 1. So we are now going to reveal our choices. I chose 3 and my opponent chose 3. So we're both going to be recon, but because it is a tie, my opponent is the attacker. He gets to choose who has the initiative, which I imagine he probably wants to take the initiative himself there on turn 1. So he will have the initiative there on turning point 1. So we will come back to you with the strategy step. All right, so during the strategy step here, we both gained a CP. We also have both played strategic ploys. I spent 1 CP on Fleet, which allows all of my Craft World operatives that perform a fallback or normal move action can perform a free dash action with that action. Then my opponent also is going to spend 1 CP on Iridescent Barrage, which allows all of his, gives all of their shooting, all Tzeentch operatives, which is all of his guys there, blue and pinks, the ceaseless on their shooting weapons. So that's pretty good. And then my opponent at the target reveal step, I revealed nothing. My opponent revealed one of his TAC ops, which is Vantage. Essentially, it means he has to try to get his operatives onto a vantage point outside of his deployment zone and allow them to do an action. And when they do so, he will score VP from there. All right, so that's going to be it. For the strategy step here. We will come back to you with the firefight step. All right, so the first activation, he activated this guy. He moved, he got his free, this is the operative that got the free dash because of the scouting step, and then he moved and dashed up over onto the vantage point over here. All right, so starting off here for the Eldar, my ranger up over here is going to fire into his banner holding pink horror. So normally he does have a conceal token, but because his weapon has silent, it allows him to fire it while he is concealed here. So it's basically a sniper rifle, this ranger. So I'm gonna have 4 shots here with the ranger long rifle, hitting on 2 pluses. Okay, so that's going to be 3 hits here. This crit does a mortal wound, so he already takes 1 wound that can't be denied there. But then I'm going to have 3 hits here. Now you can roll your defense. So you have 3 dice, looking for 5 ups because he has an invul of 5 up. Not getting any of them, so that's actually going to be a total of 10 damage into him over there. So he is out of action. And my opponent spent 2 CP for split here with his pink horror there. It's 1 CP if it's a blue, 2 CP if it is a pink. So because it was a pink that died, he is going to split it into 2 more blue horrors. Then my opponent moved and dashed one of his blue horrors up on top of the vantage point over here. We forgot the blue horrors actually have a GA2, so those 2 should have gone at the same, activated right after each other. So we'll do those, and now we'll come back. Then we'll consider this to have gone after it. It didn't make a difference here in what happened, so now my opponent will get to go again. Then my opponent moved and dashed with his 2 guys over here. I then activated my my dude bro from over here. He was the one that had the free dash, and then he moved and dashed as 1 action as per the strategic ploy that I had. He get over to the corner here, and he's going to fire at the front blue horror over on this side with his shuriken catapult. So it's going to be 4 shots hitting on 3s. All right, so that's going to be all hits. I can re-roll 1 of these dice because it is balanced. Give me a second. All right, I'm not going to re-roll any of those for balance, not looking for a crit. I'm just going to go with the regular one. So my opponent now has a 6-up save. It's both his regular and his invul save for the blue horrors. Looking for 6s. Not getting any of them, so he is out of action. My opponent moved and dashed up onto the objective over here because he had to jump over the barrier over on that side. So my operative over here moved and gets the free dash with that movement because of the strategic ploy that I did, getting him within engagement of that objective. And then his second AP, he is going to use the divert power action to secure that objective for 1 victory point. My opponent activated his pink horror there, moved over there, and now he is going to shoot at my ranger over here because even though I'm concealed, I'm not getting the benefit of cover since I'm on the wrong side of that objective there, of that piece of terrain there. So my opponent's now going to shoot me with his dazzle hands or whatever they're called. What are they called?
Coruscating Flames.
Coruscating Flames. So it has no range modifier, so it's going to be there, but he does have ceaseless now because of the strategic ploy that he did spend there. So what's he looking for here?
3s.
Looking for 3s. All right, getting
that was ceaseless.
Yep, getting to reroll that 1 because it's ceaseless. Nope, not meant to be. So that's going to be 3 hits there. Yep. No crits. Right, it doesn't have like so now I have 3 dice looking for 5 pluses. I get 1 crit, which means I will be able to block 1 of those regular shots into me over there. What's the damage on these?
3 for you because they're
3 damage because they're regular. All right, so he will take 6 damage. Oof. I'm actually going to spend a CP to try to reroll 1 of those defense dice. and don't get it anyway, so I'll take the 6 damage. I'm now going to activate my ranger there, moved up over to there, and diverted power on that objective. His pink horror over here with the instrument first spent 1 AP on Instrument of Chaos, which now gave everybody an extra triangle of movement when they activate. He then moved up over to here, staying behind cover. My Dire Avenger here moved and got his dash move with the free because of my strategic ploy up to the hole in the wall over there. And then he is going to shoot into his pink horror over on this side, who is in cover, but he is not concealed, so he can be shot. So I'm going to roll my 4 dice with my shuriken. Catapult here. Oh, buddy. So that's going to be all crits because it is rending. So because I have that, they can be crit. So I'm not going to do it with 4 fill faces. Woo! All right, so because he does have cover, so technically he could take 1 save, but regular saves aren't really going to help him here. So he's looking for crits with these. So he's got 5 up. What's your defense?
Yeah, his regular save is a 6, but it's in.
Yeah, what's your defense over there on him?
3.
3. So you have 3 dice here, looking for 5s on his invuls. Well, I guess really looking for 6s because you need crits to ignore my stuff here. No, getting 2 5s, which could together can cancel out 1 of my crits, but that's still going to be doing 12 damage to him. He is going to be out of action. All right, so now his 2 blue horrors here moved and dashed over here. The two activation, the GA there, moving up onto the position over there. This guy over here moved and dashed, got the move, which included a dash up here, and then dashed again. So he just shot up over there for his activation. These 2 guys moved up over here when they activated as a group activation. And my guy moved up over here and dashed. He then had his 2 blue horrors activate over this way, just moving into position. And then my last guy my last operative to activate over here was the ranger, who moved and dashed over onto the objective over here. So then his iridescent moved up over here and is now going to shoot into my leader over here, my Exarch. So he's going to be looking for 2s to hit because he's the iridescent over there.
And reroll 1s.
Reroll 1s because of ceaseless. There we go.
Nice.
So that's going to be 4 hits. I'm going to take 1 auto save because he is in cover over there.
Nice.
And I think I'm looking for 4-ups now. So I got 2 more dice looking for 4-ups. Not getting either of them. So that would be, what's the damage on these?
Max for you is going to be 3 because there's no crits.
Well, yeah, what's the damage? It's 3 damage, so no crits. So 3.
No crits.
That would kill him outright. All right, I'm going to spend a CP on to reroll 1 of these, looking for a 4-up to try to save his life. No, and he is going to be out of action. All right, so that's going to be the end of the turning point there. Everyone's been activated. So now we will roll to see who will have initiative going into turning point 2. I rolled a fill face, you rolled a 6, but because you had initiative last turn, I get the initiative this turn.
Fair enough.
So we'll come back to you with the strategy step. All right, so into the strategy step here of turning point number 2. At the beginning, we both gained a CP. My opponent then spent his CP on Glimmering Barrage, which is the tactical ploy, or the strategic ploy that gives him ceaseless on his shooting, which is pretty good. I did not spend anything on any of my strategic ploys. So then we moved into the target reveal step, and nobody revealed anything. So that is going to be the end of the strategy step. We will come back to you with the firefight step. So my activation here, my Dire Avenger here, ran up to hit my opponent's table edge over there, and then spent 1 AP on Interlope, because he was my secretly chosen interloper in the beginning. Spends it, he's within triangle and more than square away from any enemies. He's removed from the kill zone and scores me 2 VP. All right, now my opponent is going to activate. This guy is going to perform the Vantage action, getting him 1 VP for doing so. And then this guy's going to activate, and he is going to get the Engage token and shoot into my Dubro down over here. So he's going to have 4 shots here looking for 4s.
Rerolling 1s.
4 shots looking for 4s. Rerolling 1s because of ceaseless.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so that's going to be 2 hits. 1 is a crit.
Yep.
So I'm now going to have my 3 dice looking for 5s on him over here.
And that guy got hurt.
Only getting 1, and I don't think fishing for a 6 is gonna be worth it. Is it gonna be worth it? 1 second. Yeah, I'm not gonna go fishing for that 6. I'm just gonna let him die. All right, so this guy over here, I spent 1 CP when I activated him on first of the aspects, give him 1 extra APL. So he moved and dashed over to here, and then he is going to shoot into that pink horror over there. So I've got 4 shots looking for 3s. That is going to be crit, and I get to, ooh, 1 second. The weapon is balanced, which allows me to reroll one of those into another crit. So I've got 2 crits and 2 regular hits here. You now have your
3 dice.
3 dice here.
And my save would be Invul 5.
Invul 5 up, getting 1 regular save. So that's still going to do a bunch of damage once. Yep, it was also had rending, so that one, because I retained a crit, I could actually take another crit here. So he did block out the 1 regular with his save there, but that's still going to do 12 damage. Is going to kill him. Yeah. All right, so his guys are going to activate here. He activated 2 blue horrors. 1 moved on to the objective over here and then performed the divert power action, giving him a VP. His other guy moved up over to here, and he's now going to shoot my guy in the face here. So looking for, what are you looking for?
4s.
4s? 4s on these hits?
And I can't reroll.
So that's going to be 2 hits. It would have ceaseless, but would have been able to reroll 1s, but did not get any 1s there. So I'm going to take 1 regular save on him over there because of the cover that he's got with that thing. And then I'm going to get another saves there. So he is good to go. So now my guy over here is going to activate, and he's going to fire into the blue guy over here. He can just see him. He does get cover, and he would be concealed, but because my guy has the vantage point over there, it's treated as if he was having engaged. So he will get the benefit of cover, but he is possible to be shot at here. So now I'm going to fire with the sniper rifle here, looking for 2s to hit. That's going to be all hits, no crits though. So no mortal wounds going in there. So now you just have your regular saves.
Defense 3.
3, looking for 6. 6. So looking for 6s.
No rerolls.
Getting 1, but it's still, I think, going to do 9 damage to him there. So he is definitely dead. All right, his guy with the horn activated. He did blow the horn and then moved up onto the objective over here. My guy, operative over here, is going to activate. He's going to divert power on that objective, giving me 1 VP, and then he is going to fire into his leader over here. So I got 4 shots hitting on 2s. That is going to be all hits, no crits though. So then you get to get your defense on your leader over here. All right, so he's got a 5 up invul save. Getting 1 of them, but that's still going to be enough damage to kill him because it's going to block 1 of them, and then these are doing 3 damage apiece, doing 9 damage. That will be enough to take him. My opponent activated his pink car over here, who moved up over here, and now he's going to shoot into my Dire Avenger over on this side. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of ceaseless. All right, so that's going to be 3 hits there.
Yep.
I now have 3 4-up saves here.
3 damage.
Getting 3 damage apiece.
Yep.
All right, so he's going to take 6 damage. My Dire Avenger over here is going to move over to this position and then fire into his blue horror over there. So I'm going to have 4 shots, hitting on 3s. That's going to be all hits, including 1 crit there. I think it has rending too, so it's going to be 2 crits.
Oof.
So now you get your saves.
Defense 3.
Defense 3,
6.
6. So he's looking for 6s. He's looking for crits. No, nothing there. So he will be out of action. All right, so the blue horror that was over here moved over onto the objective, and now he's going to fire into my ranger here. So looking for 4s for him, right?
2 damage. Oh. 4 4s, maybe.
All right, 4 dice looking for 4s. That is going to be all hits and 2 crits. Ooh, that is real good. I'm looking for 5s and 6s here. I get 1 6, which takes away 1 of your crits. Okay. It takes away 1 of the crits, so you still have a crit and 2 regular. So how much damage are these?
3 points, 2 each.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So still alive, but not feeling good. And then his other blue horror that's going to activate with his GA2 is going to come up here and then fire into my guy over on this side. Again, so he's going to be looking for 4s again.
Jazz hands are rolling 1.
Jazz hands.
Nope,
rerolling 1s. Getting 1 crit. So I've got 3s looking for crits. Though they hit on 4s. Right?
Oh.
Yeah, so it's just 1 crit. Yeah, so the 1 crit there. No, those hit on 4s. Yeah. So you got the 1 crit looking for 5s and 6s. So I need 2 5s or 1 6. Getting the 2 5s. It'll cancel out that crit. Woo!
Right. Right.
And then my last guy over here is going to activate and shoot into his blue horror over there. So I'm going to have 4 shots hitting on 2s. That's going to be a crit and 3 regular hits here.
Defense, defense. 6s.
No,
Not
nothing
today.
there. He is just straight up. And then his last operative over here is going to activate, coming around the corner, shooting into my Dire Avenger on this side, looking for 4s to hit.
No.
There we go, getting the 2 there. Then I've got 3 dice. I'm going to take 1 regular save on him because of the cover from where he's shooting him. And then looking for 4s. Getting the 1, so I'm good to go. All right, so that's the end of the second turning point here. We will now roll off to see who will have the initiative going into turning point 3. I rolled a 1, my opponent rolled a 2, so it will be the demons with initiative here and turning point 3. All right, so into the strategy phase of the third turning point here, we both gained a CP. My opponent then immediately spent 1 on Glimmering Barrage. He really likes how that's working out for him. We then went to the reveal target step. My opponent revealed Triangulate as one of his, so he's going to be trying to do actions on table edges that are not his kill zone edge. And then I revealed Upload Viral Code, which means I have to do an action while within triangle and not within circle of enemies from there. So that is going to be it for the strategy step. We're going to move into the firefight step. All right, my opponent activated 2 blues over here. He moved up with 1 of them, and then at that point, he out APL'd me on that objective, so therefore he controlled it, was within triangle of it, and did the divert power on this, getting him 1 VP. Now his other guy activated, moved up, and is then going to shoot my guy over here. So he's looking for, whatchamacallit? Looking for 4s on these dice. Getting 1 crit though, which is pretty good.
3 points.
Yep. So here we go. I'm looking for a crit or 2 4-ups here. And I get 3, so I'm good. It'll cancel out that one and save me. I activated this guy over here, who moved over to here. I spent 1 CP, I should say, when I activated him, giving him 1 extra APL. So he moved over here and then spent the 2 APL on Upload Viral Code. Yep. All right, so my opponent activated his blue horror over here, who moved over to the side here and triangulated, getting him 1 table edge triangulated. And then this guy activated, moved over to here within square of the table edge over there, and triangulated as well, getting the 2 table edges triangulated, which gives him 1 VP. All right, so my Dire Avenger over here charged into his blue horror. I'm now going to punch him in the face with attacks here. So we both roll our attack dice now. So I'm looking for 3s to hit. I'm getting 2 regular, and you get 1 crit. So I activate first. I'm going to, I can't deny that over there. All right, I'm just going to strike you with that one. Yeah, so I'm going to strike, and then my opponent is going to parry with his crit there, taking away that one. So he'll just take the 2 damage from that, and that will end the combat. All right, then my opponent over here activated the 2 blue horrors, doing Vantage with the 1 up there, and then this guy moved and dashed down over to this side. So now my guy over here is going to activate. He is going to divert power from this objective, and then he's going to fire into the pink horror over here. So I'm going to have 4 shots here, hitting on 3s because he is wounded. All right, so it's going to be 2 wounded, 2 hits there. No crits though, so no mortal wounds. And then you have your 5-ups. No, don't make any of them. I think that's going to be 6 damage, so I think he's still alive. So then the pink horror over here activated. He blew his horn and then moved over to here to get himself concealed. This guy now activated, just diverting power over there to get me a point. My opponent's last activation is for his pink horror to move and dash over to there and conceal himself. And then my last guy up here is going to activate, and because he has the vantage point, he can shoot the guy with the conceal over there because it turns into engage. He will get covered, but that's fine. I've got 4 shots hitting on 2s because he's not wounded. All right, so that's going to be 1 crit and 3 regular hits there. These are now, so that's going to do 1 mortal wound to him, and then you have your saves. making 1 crit. So he does take the 1 mortal wound, but he will be dead because that's going to be 9, 10 damage that he's going to take. Yeah, so he's going to take 10 damage. He's dead. All right, so that's the end of the 3rd turning point. We are now going to roll for initiative for turn 4. I rolled a fill face. My opponent rolled a 3, so it will be the Eldar with initiative here on turning point 4, the final one. All right, so the strategy step here, we both gained a CP. My opponent spent 1 on Glimmering Barrage, or Glittering Barrage, something like that. Whatever the one that he's been doing, making his shots ceaseless, which is good. Then neither of us have anything in the reveal target step, so we will come back to you with the firefight step. Moving into the turn here, I'm going to activate my guy over here who's going to upload the viral code, getting me my 2nd point for that. All right, so now my opponent's going to activate his blue horror over here, and he's going to fight me over here. So he's looking for 5s or 6s. I'm looking for 3s. All right, so I got 2 crits here, which are going to do 3 damage, which will kill him. At which point, when he is taken out over there, I'm going to reveal capture hostage and infiltrate because he is within the circle of me and more than red from any of the other operatives. So I'm going to remove his guy's removed, and so is mine. And then I get 2 VP because it is the 4th turning point. So it gets me the extra VP for it being that turn. Sounds good to me. So then my opponent's going to move over here, and he is going to shoot into my guy over there.
I need 4s.
Needing 4s to hit. Getting 3 hits. I'm going to be looking for 5s to defend over here. Get back over here.
That's max 6 damage right now.
Getting 1 5 there, so that's going to be 4 damage to me. My guy over here is going to activate. He's going to divert power from there, giving me 1 point, and then he's going to fire into the front blue horror over there. I am going to be hitting on 3s because he is wounded. Alrighty, so that's going to be 2 crits, which is going to do 2 mortal wounds at this point. Looking for 6-up invols. Getting 1, so that's going to deny that one. They're still going to do, so it denies that one. This does 3 damage, and they gave you 2 mortal wounds, so you're going to have a total of 5 damage onto him. Not dead, still alive. My opponent activated his blue horror over here that was wounded. He moved and dashed over to here, and then this blue activated diverting power from that objective, getting him a point. So now my guy over here is going to activate. He's going to divert power from that objective, getting me a point, and then he's going to shoot into that blue horror over there. So I've got 4 dice looking for 2s because he's at 4 wounds left, which is not below half. So he is not wounded. That is going to be 2 crits and 2 regular hits here. So now you get to roll your defense dice. You can take 1 regular if you like, which, I mean, makes sense for you to do that. So you take the 1 6-up over there, and now you have 2 dice you get to roll. So, no, so that's going to go through the other ones, and he will be dead. My opponent now activated his blue horror over here, who charged into my Dire Avenger. So we're going to fight. I'm looking for 4s because I got nothing. I got 2 here, which I think are doing 1 crit, which is 3, 4, 5 damage to him. So he'll still be alive though. And then the other blue is going to move over there. And then my guy over here is going to activate and shoot into his pink heart down there. Hitting on 2s, so that's going to be 1 crit and these. So he's going to have 3 regular hits. 5 ups? No, just makes the 1. So he's still going to take enough damage, and he will be out. At which point, he has no more activations, so that's going to be the end of the 4th turning point and the end of the game. And a victory for the Eldar here, with a score of 12-6 at the end of the game. So I think I was just able to get on the objectives I needed and focused on my secondary objectives. My opponent just couldn't get up the board. He had his last one was overrun, so he just wasn't able to get up the board or wasn't able to get into a position where he felt comfortable enough to reveal it, and it just became too late to be able to try to activate it. So, but yeah, a brutal game, but a ton of fun. My guys, man, it was just guys dying left and right. The fact that you could pop the guy was really cool, like splitting him into 2 blues. But the fact that it cost the CP that you can use for other things really keeps that mechanic from becoming like overwhelming. You know, I'm wondering if maybe the focus becomes like trying to save them to pop other guys and just keep the numbers going, but who knows? I don't know. It was still a ton of fun. So, yeah, I had a ton of fun. I hope you guys have all enjoyed this as well. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Neil, and until next time, stay safe and have fun.